Let me get quick comments as we wait for President Obama to reach the Rajghat. Let me start with you, Philip, if I may. Is it true that the road from Washington to Delhi comes through Wall Street? That in many ways it's all about the money, honey? That while we're obsessing about the bear hug and the nuclear deal, for people like yourself, it's all about whether India is going to transform into an investment destination?
Yes, I think that's really the crux of the outcome here.
You think the economics is the crux of the outcome?
I think it is because it is the economics that cement the relationship. But I must say to you that after decades of rivalry with China, after hacking and violations of trade policy, the environment in the U.S. towards Indian business has never been warmer. I think we're here to look at investing in manufacturing plant and food security. The issue with India, and Make in India is understood. So I'm caught between two forces. In India, we have issues of punitive regulation at sometimes. We have taxes and fees, and those things have to be overcome, but I'm confident that the Modi government is attempting to do so. On the other side, on the U.S. side, Mr. Obama and the Commerce Department, and I've talked to the White House and to the Pritzker folks, it's very important to understand that you can't be active in India without making it in India. And that doesn't mean job loss from the U.S. When we make something in India and we sell it in India, there's jobs created in the U.S. and compromise.
That's interesting.
It's not a one-way street anymore.
But Philip, since you've been so candid in saying that, of course, economics is in the driver's seat, from your point of view, what would you like to hear from this government that would make you feel, something has changed? And what do you believe has not changed that still concerns you?
Well, I think a statement of opening the business environment, opening it to non-Indian investors, opening it to sale of products that are not necessarily only made in India, and opening some of the trade patterns that would allow...
What still concerns you?
Concerns me is that that the bureaucracy is entrenched, and though the Prime Minister will want to change things, it may take longer than we want. But I will say I've met with your Agriculture Minister on one of our business lines, which is food security, and I've been highly encouraged. Food is one of your biggest issues. You lose between 20 and 30% of the food grown by 400 million farmers. That's your largest labor pool. 200 million of those farmers can't make a living farming. They have to augment their income. One of our business companies, Blumberg Grain, is the largest food security company in the U.S. Our technology allows a reduction of those post-harvest losses from 30% to under 5%. That's transformative of Indian agriculture.
Okay, Philip, I'm going to talk to Diane Farrell in just a moment. She's with the US-India Business Council. But my question to you is, when you meet with the Prime Minister tomorrow at the Roundtable and the Investor Summit, he's already made the right noises. He's already said no red tape, red carpet for business, so on and so forth. But what continue to be the questions that linger on in the heads of the business community? Has so much really changed? When you say has so much really changed, what concerns you the most?
Well, he set the right tone. The question is, as you mentioned, around the edges, or even in some cases right in the center, whether the regulations and laws can open this country up effectively to American investment. Diane and the U.S.-India Business Council are extremely effective in helping advocate that. But we need the Indian side and the bureaucracy to begin to change and shift some of those laws and regulations around the edges to make it more friendly. That's what we want.
Philip, has the impression of India changed as an economic destination with the arrival of the Modi government? Or is it, as some others have said, still very watchful, still very concerned?
Well, I can speak personally that we are looking at an investment in manufacturing plants in 2 states in India now. And we wouldn't have done that 5 years ago. In fact, 5 years ago, we were here to look at investing in real estate. And after punitive laws and difficult regulations to overcome, we abandoned that. I'm back here 5 years later looking at building manufacturing plants to employ thousands of Indians to build food security.
So you don't find the Prime Minister's Make in India slogan protectionist in the same way as the reservations around outsourcing in America? Countries do tend to be protectionist when it...
I don't find that at all. It's illogical. A country the size of India, with its strength and force, should be making in India. I find it to be very reasonable. What I also understand is that our government wants to know that making in India also means jobs in the U.S., because jobs is still the name of the game in this world.